guys, welcome by a new episode of the podcast No More Secrets. I'm Christa. I'm an addict in recovery for almost a year, and I'm sharing here my story um, about my recovery and hope to inspire you and to give you hope that recovery is possible. And today I wanted to answer some questions that I got about me because I share a lot on social media about my recovery. And yeah, every day I wake up and I'm feeling so blessed that I'm alive. And I never found myself in my recovery that it's a boring life, or that I am not able to handle things. And I can handle anything because I rewired my brain. I started with that when I was, like, I think 3 months in my recovery. I started with some things. I'm going to share with you four things I do, because I do a lot of research how the brain works and how um, yeah, you can change your mindset, how you can rewire your brain. So yeah, I wrote some things down because the side effects of my addiction are that my short-term memory is not so good anymore. It's really damaged. It can be better, but it needs some time. And it's such an important topic, so I really didn't want to forget anything. So I wrote some things down, and yeah, um, because it's all about how you think about yourself and what you're saying about yourself. Because what you're saying to yourself, your brain is believing that. And so, how can you change that? It's something that I read, and um, I think we all tried positive thinking before. But for example, you want to have a six pack, and that doesn't come by going to the gym once. You have to do a workout every day to accomplish that, and you have to be consistent and for the results. So yeah, the practices I'm telling you, you also have to do it. If you want to be succeeded in it, you have to do it every day. You have to be consistent, and it doesn't take a lot of your time. And a few minutes a day to start with, it's more than enough. And yeah, after a few weeks, you're gonna see the difference, and you're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna experience the difference, and I hope it's gonna help you because it really helped me. I'm sitting here, I'm the living proof. Of course, I struggle a lot. I have at this moment, yeah, there are really some tough times. I'm having some tough times in my life. But I always choose how I am coping with that. And I'm not gonna sit in that emotion or let the feeling totally overwhelm me, and that I wanna use drugs or medication. I was addicted for 35 years to opiates, benzos, cocaine, ecstasy, weed, alcohol, well, sometimes periods, and cigarettes. And of course, my addiction voice is shouting at me when I have weak moments. He's standing by my front door doing push-ups, waiting for me to have a weak moment. But because I trained my brain and rewired my brain, um, yeah, I can handle it. And it's not easy, but it's doable. And if I can do it, so can you, for 1,000%. So yeah, you can start today if you want. If you really want to change, if you really want to feel happy again, if you really want to feel your words, you're enough, and you want to have success, you can do it. Because I do it now for almost a year, and everything I manifested, everything that I dreamed of is now coming into place, because yeah, I think of them already as my reality. So yeah, it maybe sounds a little bit like I'm a witch or something, but it's not. It's not magic. It's not a magical thing. It's a physical thing. Um, yeah, because your thoughts are physical things in your brain, and by consistently changing your thinking and thought, you will rewire your brain. So it are daily rituals, and you create new neurologic pathways. You can see them like highways in your brain. And yeah, by practicing daily rituals, yeah, you make new highways, and you can change them because your neuropaths changing your whole life. Your brain is not a brain, and it's only a brain, and you can change nothing about your brain. No, that's not true. It's a neurologic pathway, and you can change it every day. Um, but it requires commitment and consistency. See it, like a workout for your brain. See it like that. And, if you exercise every day, if you move your body every day, how you feel about that. So see those rituals, see those um, exercises, the 4 exercises I do that really changed my life and make me feel so powerful and strong during my recovery. And every day you're in recovery, every day you have to choose again and again just for today. And yeah, so um, it's it's like the power of your mind. But let's dive into it because I'm very excited about this topic. I do a lot of research to it. I watch a lot of things about it. I read a lot about it, and yeah, everything confirms my thinking about that. So yeah, and I read about an experiment from Dr. Masuro Emato, and he exposed water to different words and pictures and music, and then he froze the water, and he examined the crystals that they formed. So he picked them out of the freezer, and he was examining the crystals that they formed. And the results of that were so incredible. Wow, when I read it, it was like, wow, it's so amazing how the brain works, how our body works. It's yeah, it's really incredible. Because the water that was exposed to words like love. No, no, I forget something, because he exposed the water to different words and pictures and music. And then he froze. It, and yeah, he examined the crystals. I wrote it down because it's a really, really nice experiment. And the water that was exposed to words like love, gratitude, they form beautiful symmetrical crystals, in contrast of the water that was exposed to negative words like hate, because they formed distorted, segmented patterns. So what the fuck, people? So it's water, it's water that was exposed to words, to beautiful words, love, gratitude, and and it was beautiful, frozen and symmetric. And the water that was exposed to hate, they were all negative, and not beautiful frozen crystals. So, and imagine this: our body exists almost like 60% of water. So, you know, so if words can have such a profound effect on water, on water molecules, because water exists from out of molecules. So Our body also exists of 60% of molecules. Imagine the impact that words have on your entire being. And I already experienced how much impact it has because yeah, I'm so excited about this topic. Yes, because my whole life, as long as I could have, I remember my whole life, I was only thinking negative about myself. I was only saying bad words about myself. I always, and even though it was not consciously, but subconsciously, I always was uh, thinking about myself. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. I'm not deserving. I hated myself. I was suicidal as fuck. And I can't remember one night I went to bed and thought, yes, tomorrow a new day. No, I wished every night that I wouldn't wake up, and that I didn't have to do it myself and give my children a trauma. So that's what I wished for. I'm so happy that the universe, God, whatever is out there, didn't listen to my thinking at that moment, because I had a purpose. And my purpose was this. After 35 years in addiction, my purpose is to help other people. And but okay, we go back to what he discovered. So, and this is not mystical thinking. It's backed by hard science. It is science, So don't think it's like, oh, like um, well, I don't know the words now, but don't think it's not possible. It's unbelievable, or no, it's possible because it's fucking backed up by science. So every thought you have creates a biochemical reaction in your brain, releasing neurotransmitters and hormones that affect every cell in your body. So what does this mean? Is your thoughts creating your reality? So think about it. If you believe you are going to have a bad day, don't you notice that only negative things happen? I do. When I thought, I never think it anymore, but when I thought, well, today it's already a fucked up day. I went out bed with the wrong leg at the right side, and that determines your day, especially the moment when you wake up, because the first 20 minutes that you wake up, your mind is still in a theta state. And a theta state is like you dream, you're awake and you are dreaming. And that's the theta state. So everything that you're saying to yourself in that 20 minutes, or that you consume, that you watch or listen to, is going to determine your day. So, you know, pay attention to that. Be aware of that. It's so, so important. And the negative things that you experience through that day, that they are confirming your limiting beliefs. They are confirming you see, yeah, I said it's going to be a bad day, and look at this, it's a bad day, but that's the beautiful news of it. This works, of course, both ways. So, by consistently choosing your thoughts, you can change that in positivity and your reality. So, how beautiful is that? So you are in charge how you choose the day to go. Of course, there can be struggles. Of course, there can be things that are unexpectedly go different. But it's up to you how you cope with that, and how you deal with that. So if you deal with it in a negative way, the rest of the day will be negative. And I think I know that you may be thinking, what is he saying? But I'm only telling you this because it works for me. And it's already worked for me for a year. I'm not suicidal anymore. I I'm having a positive life. There are almost only really positive events happening. And when they're not positive, when they're negative and tough and obstacles, I manage to go through them um, a positive view on it, because I rewired my brain by doing these exercises. But how can you do that? Because we all have limiting beliefs from your past or your present, like that you always thought, I'm not good enough, success is for other people, I am not worthy. I guess you can relate to this. I can relate to this because, yeah, prior my recovery, I was always thinking about myself like that. But you always have to remember that you have the power to break free from those beliefs. It starts all with awareness and consciously choosing new empowering beliefs. You can retrain your brain by consistently choosing new empowering beliefs. Wow. Every time when I'm talking about this with somebody, or I get so excited about it, because it's such a good feeling to know that you are the captain of your own ship. That is such a good feeling. So, yeah. Um, but you have to practice it every day. The more you repeat it, the more you repeat a thought or a behavior, the stronger that pathway becomes. You can compare them to the neural highways. So you you can imagine you have highways in your brain, and always they are building new highways, and you are building new highways in your brain. So the neural pathways, they call it. And but it's not only your thoughts, it's also your habits. You have to change your habits and um, implant the positive habits every day, and then they're become habits. They're not exercises anymore, practices. They're just habits that you used to do, that you are how do you say that? Well, that you're doing without thinking. So so what I do every day is meditation and visualization, and that's the first thing. And the second thing is positive affirmations and positive self-talk, so practicing self-love. And the third thing I do is gratitude, practice gratitude. And the fourth thing for me is exercise. And yeah, well, I go further on in these four things. So remember, these four things changed my life completely. Really, they really changed my life. Look at me here. I'm sitting doing this podcast, and yeah, I never could have imagined that I'm worthy enough to do a podcast, that I'm enough, that I would have believed that I would be able to inspire and help other people. Working now in addiction care, I work a day shelter for people that are still in active addiction. What? If you told me that a year ago, I would laugh in your face. And I would have used more to not think about that, because I felt like a loser again because I was never able to. That's what I was telling myself always, all the time. So these four things: meditation, visualization, positive affirmations, and practicing self-love. Third, practicing gratitude. And fourth, moving your body, exercise. Those four things, but I'm gonna explain it a little bit. I wrote it down, how it works in your brain when you do it. So try to think of meditation as a gym session for your mind. And you only have to do it a few minutes a day. So don't think you have to sit and do it for an hour. No, sit down, close your eyes, do it for 5 minutes a day, at least for 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes, and focus on your breathing. Just focus on your breathing. Just sit there and be, and that's it. And when you practice this a lot and you feel comfortable with it, then you can start um, implanting also visualization. So, and how do you visualize? Well, you can visualize, for example, that you achieved your goals. And how would that feel? How would it feel? So visualize like it's already happened. So what I do, I visualize, I want to live in Portugal, and I'm manifesting that for almost a year now. And I visualize always while I'm doing meditation, I visualize my house in Portugal, how it would feel, and I always are smiling during my meditation. I visualize that I'm having a camper, like a caravan, because I want to travel through Europe as well. I visualize that I'm having a safe house for addicts in recovery after they come back from rehab, and having my fund to help them financially, and to help financially for a dog shelter and a cat shelter. These are the things. But I also visualized myself on a stage sharing my story with a lot of people, and I hope to inspire them to that it's possible. I visualized the first 5 months of my recovery that I was doing a podcast. And look at me now. I'm doing my podcast now for the last 4 or 5 months. And and I got an invite for talking to 1,500 people for at the 3rd of August to share my story. So people, it's working. It's really working. So try to do it. Start today or start tomorrow, but not wait. If you want to change your life and change your limiting beliefs, take action. So, yeah, so when you visualize, also, um, do it, start for 5 minutes. And when it feels good, do the next day you do 6 minutes, and when that feels good you do 7 minutes, and do that, take the time for as long as you feel okay with it. So because it has to be a positive experience. And then the affirmations and the self-talk. Yeah, we have approximately like 60,000 thoughts a day, every person, and most of them are negative. A large dose of them are negative through the day. So, when you start to try to think positive things, like what I do is, um, yeah, you have videos on YouTube. Sorry, I forgot the words, but you have videos on YouTube, positive affirmations. Somebody says an affirmation, and then there's time between it, and then you can say it to yourself. You can say it in your mind. You can say it out loud. I always do it out loud. And you can do them, have them for 10 minutes, morning affirmations, gratitude affirmations, success affirmations, energy affirmations, a lot of those. And then I'm saying, for example, I'm worthy, I'm enough, I'm loved, I'm abundant, I'm ready to it. I'm ready. Whoa, I'm so excited that I'm stumbling about my words, but I'm deserving for everything. Well, a lot of positive affirmations. I do them every day. Every day I doing that for almost a year now. And by doing that, I'm believing it because my brain believes it. So do it. Start doing it. Now I'm doing it. I don't need the YouTube videos anymore. But in the start, it was so uncomfortable. It was so fucking weird to say those things to myself. And, the first times I didn't believe it. But then by practicing it every day, I believe in them now fully. So, and then practicing the self love, it's for me, I told it already in previous episodes, to do the mirror work. You are standing before the mirror and looking at yourself and telling yourself that you love yourself. So I say, I love you. I'm proud of you. You are strong. You're amazing. You're powerful. And I look at myself while I'm saying that. And by doing that, by doing that, um, you are going to love yourself so much. I love the fuck out of myself right now. I'm saying it and I'm thinking, whoa, it's a miracle almost, but it's not because it's science. It's science, and it can feel awkward at the first time. But remember this, remember that's so good that you're making new pathways. You're making new pathways by doing this. So stand across the mirror, stand before the mirror, and look at you, look yourself in the eyes and say only good things about yourself every single day. Every single day. Don't think I'm gonna skip it. It doesn't work. It takes time to change habits. It takes time to rewire your brain for like the same thing, like I thought in the start. If you want to have a six pack, you don't accomplish that in one day. So you have to practice it every day. Because with repetition, these thoughts will be your reality. What you're thinking is your reality. So then we go to the third thing, and that's gratitude. So when you focus on what you are grateful for, you train your brain to spot positive things in your life. So start and end each day, um, to say, you can say three things you're grateful for. You can write them down in a journal, for example. I always write them down, but I always practice this exercise through the day. I when I pass a mirror, I am, or when I'm in nature, I say it through all the day, the things I'm grateful for. But when I started, I wrote it down in a journal, and I was saying like, I'm grateful for clean water. I'm grateful for staying this day clean and sober. I'm grateful for the perfect cup of coffee. And the reason why I say it like this is because, it doesn't have to be big things. Big things. There also can be small things that you are grateful for. The clothes you're wearing, the fact you can hear, see, walk, um, smell, touch. Wow, that are really big things to be grateful for. But you can also be grateful for having a new job, or having a really nice dinner or something. Just start with three things every morning and every night before you go to bed. And that's um, also, again, is rewiring your brain. You're making, again, new pathways by the way you think, because most people are only looking at what they're lacking. And then you're focusing on the negative. So if you're focusing on what you have and be grateful for that, it's going to change your life, really. And my fourth thing is exercise. By exercising, moving your body, you don't have to go to the gym. You can walk outside, you can walk your dogs for an hour every day, or just walk in nature. You can do little small exercises, but they make the hormone of dopamine in your brain, and that's the happy hormone. Instantly you feel much better about yourself. And um yeah, when you include all those four things together and make them new habits for you, every day. So every day, do a short meditation and visualization. Do the positive affirmations. You can do it, put in earphones. I do that. Earphones, I'm sorry, earphones. I put it in my ear, and while I'm making breakfast, or while I'm walking my dogs in the morning. I have the positive affirmations on YouTube, and then I repeat them, and when I come back, I go in the shower, I stand before the mirror and do my self-love. And yeah, then I do my second round with the dogs. I'm going to nature and do my gratitude every day. And in nature, I do my exercise. And guys, that are the four things how you can rewire your brain and make you perhaps feel, well, perhaps I think for 1,000% you will feel much better in your recovery, because if I can do it, you can do it. I can't say it enough, because I was in such a dark place my whole life. Such a dark place, really. And now every day I wake up, I'm feeling happy to have a new day. And if I having obstacles through the day, or bad things happening, I'm processing those feelings now. I'm feeling the feelings now, and not numbing my pain and not numbing my emotions. So try to do those four things. It's backed up with science, guys. So if you don't believe me, prove me wrong, and try to do those four things for 21 days, because it takes around 21 days to change an old habit and to create a new habit. And keep doing it after 21 days. But you will notice that after 21 days, that it's not something you have to be so much aware of, because it's an habit in your life then. So, and don't make excuses that you don't have time, because everybody has 15 minutes a day during the day to do these things. So, yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episodes. I really hope. If you enjoyed my episodes, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. You really help me by subscribing, so I can um, um, persevere in my journey of my recovery and sharing my story with you all. And yeah, if you need advice, if you want help, if you would be like of you if you would like to be my guest in my podcast, send me an email to christa.connect@gmail.com, or send me a DM on my TikTok, on my Facebook, or Instagram. Please subscribe there as well. And yeah, I wish you all such a beautiful and clean and sober week. And I'm really curious about your findings about these four exercises that really, really are gonna break you free from your limiting beliefs, and really changing your life and changing your reality. So, guys, love you all. Thank you for listening, and I see you all next week.